Nielsen ratings soared in Toronto. Pat Quinn brings a lawyer's approach to the bench. A keen judge of talent once denied that ultimate verdict in Philadelphia. He's a former general now under the gun. A general manager's challenge means step up or eventually step out. Eric Lindros is the complete player, still in search for that complete season and that inevitable measure of ultimate greatness. In Toronto, another elite star as two of the game's greats meet for the first time this season. Dial M for Mats, and like Eric, a personification of both size and skill, perhaps the NHL's most lethal weapon. The home of great rivalry, past and present. It's the Flyers and Leafs from Philadelphia today on TSN. From First Union Center in Philadelphia, it's the Leafs and Flyers in the first of four meetings. A holiday atmosphere prevails, but certainly not on the ice. The Toronto Maple Leafs are no longer a one-man show. A balanced attack means scoring throughout. Perhaps the awakening of a sleeping giant. Frederick Modin ignited for 2 goals Wednesday night. The Leafs defeat Vancouver 5-1 and look for more Modin magic this afternoon in Philly. Well, to the Eastern Conference standings, and thanks to the Phoenix Coyotes, the Toronto Maple Leafs will remain on top spot by 1 point as they defeat New Jersey last night 3-2. What a season it has been so far for the Leafs. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Philadelphia. And on behalf of our American hosts, a special Thanksgiving welcome to this unique edition of Molson Leaf Hockey right here on TSN. But that's as far as the hospitality goes. The Toronto Maple Leafs have managed to win just 11 times in 55 regular season meetings head-to-head with the Philadelphia Flyers. But if there's a glimmer of hope in all of this, it is the fact that John Van Beesbrook is starting for the Flyers this afternoon, a goaltender the Leafs managed to beat twice consecutively last season when he tended nets for the Florida Panthers. And with more on this afternoon's big hockey game, let's go back upstairs to Joe and Harry.
Thanks very much, Paul. Well, the Philadelphia Flyers have a lot going for them, not the least of which was a huge trade made with Montreal that netted them John LeClair. Harry, I'd say that John LeClair right now is the best power forward in the National Hockey League.
I second that. The first American to score 3 consecutive years of 50 or more goals. He currently holds a 5-game point streak, 5 goals, 2 assists. He's almost impossible to contain along the boards or in front of the net. And so the defensive zone coverage, people have a huge assignment on LeClair and Lindros. He can be covered in front of the net and still score. Reminds me of Phil Esposito in that regard. And he is now tied for second in goals for in the National League. First 5 years, 49 goals in Montreal. The last 5, 189 goals here in Philadelphia. Montreal must still shake their head when they look at those stats.
Yeah, Ron Corey can't be feeling very well about that trade, that is for sure. So it's the Leafs and the Philadelphia Flyers from the city of brotherly love. Let's go back to the studio now and Dave Hodge.
But Monsieur Corey does like the sound of that Saku Koivu goal that we told you about in the second period. Montreal at Boston. Koivu has been out over a month with a pulled abdominal muscle, but he is open to scoring on Thanksgiving Day in Boston. There'll be no 5th shutout of the season today for Byron Defoe as Koivu celebrates his return to the Montreal lineup. 1-0 Canadiens at Boston. That game's in the second period, and ours will be in the first very shortly. The Leafs trying for 4 straight wins. The Flyers trying to recover from their 4-2 loss to the New York Islanders. It's next on TSN, the Leafs and the Philly Flyers.
Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN is brought to you by Molson Export. History in the making.